Okay, go over the 4 things that I would consider as a budget game if I was going to be buying a GPU. Firstly, I would consider the cost, obviously. I mean, you're on a budget, so you'll be considering cost. Consider power consumption as well. Again, if you're on a budget, you don't really want something that takes a lot of power. I would also consider, obviously, you want to know it can run the games that you want to play. It's like performance. I also consider size. You want to make sure it fits into your case and stuff, and then at the end we'll go over the points, or 5 of them. So, start with overall cost, but this one's pretty simple, right? It's have a budget. You want to make sure it's relatively well balanced. You don't spend tons on the GPU and then get a NAF, CPU, motherboard, whatever else. Now, number 2, size. It'll usually be measured in have like a width, and then it'll have how many brackets can be fit in on the side of the computer case. Obviously, if it's open air side, it won't matter too much. But if you're in a case, you want it then. Power consumption. Right, if you're on a budget, you likely have a fixed size for how much power supply you can put. Obviously, if you have a GPU that can go over the power supply, can cause it to cut out, which I wouldn't say is ideal in playing computer games, right? And then finally, performance, probably the most intricate one. There's a lot of different ways it can be measured. You want to consider: do you want ray tracing? Do you need like super high frame rates? Do you want like lots of color accuracy to make a really vibrant image? This would likely need to be paired up with you also want to check to make sure your monitor can display it. I mean, that you can say there are advantages to having GPUs that are monitor, but obviously if we got like 60 Hz screen, it's not really going to make a difference whether your monitor can display, whether your GPU can do like 500 FPS or 1000, which on some games, some relatively older games, you might be able to run them quite quickly on like modern hardware. You'd want, what else, mate? So there is a website that I'll link in the description if you want to check it out. Make sure you can afford it. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Right, it'll be in the description. No, can't do that. I will. Yeah. So then, to summarize, you've essentially got overall cost, which obviously is pretty easy. You've got size. You want to make sure it can fit in your case. Assuming you have a case, you just do open air. This isn't really so much of an issue. Power consumption. You want to make sure it can actually, all your components, not just your GPU, all your components that run on the computer the power supplies can actually handle all of it. And then performance, obviously you want to know it can run your games, how well it can run. As I said earlier, there'll be a link in the description for how quick. You can also compare GPUs on this website if you're not sure which one. So, and between them, it's got lots of games. I'm sure the games you care about are a similar enough game that you can use as a proxy to see how well the game you want to play will run. And it shouldn't be too bad. That was a quick summary, wasn't it? Maybe. So that was not a fast summary. Hope you got a lot of value from this video, and come back next time. And that'll be pretty much it. Well. Yeah, see you.